Severance gets it over on the final opportunity. Tatum with a bomb. Bearcats are jumping out of the building and some big-time arm action for Cincinnati. Endress sets it. Eggleston blocked. A kick by Carrier, and it's kept alive. But Vandermark ends all the hope for Cincinnati with the big kill. Lewis, yes. Effortless leaping ability. Endress sets it for Eggleston. That's partially blocked. What a dive from Houlihan, and she picks up the point. My goodness. How did she keep it through the antenna, and how did she get to that ball in general? Georgiadis dives for that one. Here's Toit, and it's set right back to her. Glendenning and Walker. Big time smack. Doesn't get much harder than that from Natalie Foster. Glendenning with a smack. Well, they have found the hot hand. Earlier it was Eggleston, and now it's Carly Glendenning. She sets it here for McCrary, and it's blocked again. Boy, the Bearcats with a ton of blocks. That's their 5th and 6th, with Walker getting in the way, combining with Endress. It is the first home conference match of the season for Cincinnati tonight as they welcome the SMU Mustangs, hitting the road for the first time in conference play. Thank you for joining us courtside here inside Fifth Third Arena alongside the former center at Austin Peay, Melissa Lucky. I'm Anthony Mazzini. Both of these teams off to a really good start in American Athletic Conference play. SMU at 2-1. Bearcats picked up a crucial road win last weekend. So glad you're with us for what should be a fun match tonight alongside the former center at Austin Peay, Melissa Lucky. I'm Anthony Mazzini. When these two teams get together, it is always a battle, Melissa. 4 of the last 9 have gone to 5 sets. The starting lineups presented by Gatorade. Noticeable omission for Cincinnati, Melissa. No Shea Eggleston, who has been a fixture in that starting lineup. But, of course, the main guns as of late, Carly Glendenning, Avery Tatum in there. And, of course, we talked about McKenna Melville back to that outside hitter spot as we would expect. Here are the impact players, Amber Olsen and Abby Hansen, the setter for UCF, the setter of the year last year in the conference, and Abby Hansen, the transfer from Oregon, and Avery Tatum and Abby Walker, their middle blocker for Cincinnati, who does so well out of the middle for the Bearcats. You know, we talk all about all these other players other than McKenna Melville, but it really is true for Central Florida. Without those auxiliary pieces, Melville wouldn't shine the way that she does. Yeah, she doesn't. They've got tremendous ball control, and they're able to stay in system, but she's got a great supporting cast around her. You know, Todd Desjardins said exactly that when our middles are firing, when we can get them involved, get them good sets and keep them involved, that's really when we're at our best. McKenna's going to get her points, but as players like Claudia Dillon and those middle blockers, they need to step up. And on the other side for Cincinnati, Alyssa Alcantara has stepped up as of late. 18 kills in the past 3 matches. The community college transfer, and they're going to need all the scoring they can get tonight from Alcantara and from everybody else. Yeah, they are. She's fast and so quick off the ground, and she's just such a natural athlete. Bearcats start off with the first offensive opportunity. A nice pancake from Olsen. Madden tracks it down. From the back, Glendenning off the top of the net. Dillon the first to handle it. Zumak rips it and gets Central Florida on the board. Carrie Zumak, 2-time transfer, started at Creighton, played the last 3 years at Indiana, and she has provided an immediate scoring punch. Yeah, tremendous arm swing. She was able to fight in high hands of Cincinnati's block for their first kill of the match. Caitlin Grimes serving, the Lebanon, Ohio native. Coming back home today. There's a block. Melville and Dillon deny Avery Tatum. 2-0 Knights. Yeah, tremendous block by McKenna Melville. You could see her go up, seal the net, push that left hand back in the court for the stuff block. Now, you talk about it all the time, Melissa, the adjustment that these freshmen for Cincinnati have started to make, Glendenning and Tatum specifically, from those pin hitter positions, about how they're not powering through blocks anymore like they used to do at high school and the club level. You have a feeling that in a match like tonight, this is something totally different, that even though they've made those adjustments, they haven't seen a block quite like this. Yeah, they really haven't. They haven't seen a block like this probably since the opening weekend, the opening tournament, that they cannot hit through a block like they used to in club and high school. And we talked about that with Coach Alvey, and they've just really made the transition, being able to hit around the block and find open spots on the other side of the floor. Zumak tools that off the block and out for her second kill. Well, Todd Desjardins has been very pleased with Kari Zumak and those middle blockers in general. Zumak operating on the right side most of her time. Madden sets it for Alcantara. Here's Melville. Frederick with a good dig. Tatum changes her shot this time and picks up the point. So not powering it through, a little finesse for Avery Tatum.
Yeah, very smart play by Avery Tatum. She's coming off, she had just gotten blocked in her last swing. This time she took a little bit off and found the open spot in the middle of UCF's defense for the kill in her first of the match.
Tatum's role has changed a bit this year, was mostly an offensive weapon when the season began, has now emerged as a 6 rotation threat. Out of the middle, Abby Hansen gets on the board for Central Florida. One of the other transfers from Oregon, started at USC her first year, but did not play with the Trojans, redshirted. Last 3 years at Oregon in the Pac-12 and now in the American with Central Florida. Long set by Frederick to Alcantara, right back at her. Bearcats keep it alive. Alcantara punches it over, and nicely done by Melville to keep that alive for Central Florida. She gets her hands on that as well. Bearcats scramble around. Free ball by Walker. Melville is blocked. Abby Walker and Emmy Madden.
Yeah, Emmy Madden set a nice solid block right on the pin. They're trying to take line away from McKenna Melville. Abby Walker did a great job closing, sealed off the net for that stuff block.
We talk a lot about McKenna Melville. We have not been specific yet. She leads the nation in points per set and kills per set. We asked Molly Alvey about how to slow down McKenna Melville because you're not going to stop her completely. There's an ace from Shea Eggleston. We asked Molly Alvey, how do you slow down McKenna Melville? And she said that's the ultimate question. We've done well against her in the past. Do we commit 2 blockers against her and leave everyone else open? Or do we let her have her points and try to slow everybody else down?
Yeah, that's the question that all these coaches have, is how to slow down McKenna Melville.
I think the Bearcats thought they had a block there, but it ends up as a UCF point. Walker getting her hands on it, but could not keep it in. Knight serving with Melville. Very good at the service line as well. Walker. Net violation on the Knights. Bearcats point.
Heidi Bonday with the net violation.
Bonday from Illinois, the sophomore outside hitter. Evens the match at 5. Set by Olsen to Bonday. Madden the long set. Glendenning gets her first attack, sent right back to her. Second try for Glendenning. This one a bit softer to the back row. On the slide and off of Eggleston. Hansen gets her kill. Her second.
Abby Hansen, that slide approach behind the setter, is able to hit back across her body, cross court. Shea Eggleston got caught up a little bit too far up in the court. She needs to stay deeper, be able to dig that ball and keep it in play.
Hansen was described by Todd Desjardins as the consummate middle blocker. She hits and she blocks very well. She's actually the team leader in blocks and blocks per set. That one gets by Melville from Carly Glendenning.
Solid out-of-system swing by Carly Glendenning. She was able to hit that deep angle shot to zone 5 for the kill and her first of the match.
Not many are going to get by Melville. She led the team in digs last year as well. Talk about her offense, but she is a true 6 rotation player. Frederick doesn't handle this the best, but it's still alive for the Bearcats. Free ball by Glendenning. Olsen sets it. Bonday rips it past Frederick, and Bonday is on the board.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night for the Bearcats if they keep sending these free balls over to UCF. They've just got such a fast tempo offense. Their pass is low. Their setter does a great job of setting that quick ball out to the outside to Bonday, and she put that ball away.
Molly Alvey talked about that as well. We asked, how do you maintain that consistency coming off your first home win in conference play against Tulsa last Sunday? And she said, it comes down to just making plays. You have to turn a bad pass into a good set. And if it's a bad set, you have to turn that into a good attack. You cannot just consistently send free balls over. Build on the success we had against Tulsa, but continue to make those improvements. Serve goes out by Olsen. Well, Bearcats have taken advantage of a couple of Knights serving errors. Look at a challenge here from Todd Desjardins.
Yeah, that ball, I thought that was in.